Hi everybody, this is Scrappy Nat, and this is a tutorial on how we created the Brothers and Friends layout that you can find on my blog. It was created using the Doggy in the Window kit, which can be downloaded from my website at www.scrappynat.com. So to get started, just a few things. I am creating this page in Photoshop Elements version 7.0. Most of the Photoshop Elements versions are very similar, so hopefully this tutorial will work for you. And the first thing I've already done is opened up the files and the elements that I'll be using to create the layout, and I've placed them down below here in the project bin so that I can access them when I'm ready to. So after you've already gathered your files, you're going to want to create a blank canvas to get started. So you come up to the File, New, Blank File. You want to check that your size is at 12 inches by 12 inches at a resolution of 300 and click OK. And in order to get our canvas to kind of fit to the screen, you can simply click on the hand icon twice and that'll snap it into place. So in order to create this layout for you guys, I'm going to talk you through it from the bottom layer to the front. So the first layer we'll need to place is the dark blue paper. So you can double click that, grab your move tool, hold down the shift key and click and drag, and it'll snap it right into place. And I'll minimize that. And next we'll need the diamond paper. And since that one's not going to be exactly centered, you can just click and drag it and then go ahead and bring it over to the edge. Leave a little bit showing. Then we're going to grab our cardboard paper. You'll notice that we are going to need to flip this around. So you can do that by simply go ahead and drag it in, and then you're going to go up to Image, Rotate. Make sure you go down to the second rectangle of options, because that's going to manipulate just the layer you're working with. And we are going to flip layer horizontal. And there you go. Now if you want to move that over just a little bit to how you like it, that's up to you. Okay, the next layer we'll need is our navy blue rectangles. And I did bring in a couple of those and kind of just place those there for now. This one will need to rotate, so again you go to Image, Rotate. Sorry about that. And we will flip this layer 90 degrees to the left. And then we'll just going to be resizing that as well. In order to do that, you can just hover your mouse right over the corner there. And once you get those little arrows, you click and bring it into the size that you like. Then you hit your green check mark to let it know that's the position you want it to be in. Alright. Next, it looks like we need our photograph, so you will go ahead and grab a photograph of your choice and bring that into your layout. Of course, we need to resize this as well, so we'll bring it down. And another thing that I did with this particular photo was I did some cropping, and what I like to do is actually use the rectangular marquee tool, which is found right over here. You're going to click on that. You're going to simply click, hold it down, and then select the area that you'd like to keep. And then as you release it, you come up to Select, Inverse, and then you're going to hit your Delete key on your keyboard. And that's going to trim off any of that area outside of the selected area. Then you can go back up to Select and Deselect. Alright, so next we're going to bring in the letters to spell the word brothers. And what I like to do when I'm spelling out titles and using letters is create a separate little file before I bring them into my actual layout. So you go back up to New, Blank File. You can leave the size where it is, and then I simply bring all my letters up into this file just so they don't you don't have to worry about clicking on your other layers as you're working with it. And we'll need 2 R's, so I'll bring in 2 R's. Okay, so obviously these letters are very large, and I wasn't too worried about keeping them all at the same size for this particular layout. If you want to, there is a grid that you can open up in order to keep your letters more uniform, and you'll find that under View and Grid, and then as you move your letters around they'll kind of snap to the guidelines. But since I'm not too concerned with it, I can just go ahead and remove that. Okay. So take just a minute and resize your words, resize your letters. And kind of bring them into place. Like I said, they don't have to be perfect. And I think on this layout I did tilt the letter T just a little bit, so you can easily do that by selecting it, and then as your mouse is over the corner you'll get this little curved handlebar and you can tilt it back and forth. Okay, so that looks pretty good. What we're going to do next is go ahead and merge these letters into one layer so that we can move them over. So you're going to come over to your Layers palette, and you're going to select all of the layers except for the background. You can do this by selecting the top layer, scrolling down, hold down your Shift key, and then select. Click with your mouse. That's going to select all of them. Then you simply go up here to Layers and your double arrows there, and you can go to Merge Layers. And now we have one nice layer we can move over. And we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll just minimize this for later. Next we'll need to rotate this. So Image, Rotate, we're going to move it 90 degrees to the left. And that looks good. And now we're going to need to resize that as well. So there we go. I want a little bit more of my blue rectangle to show, so I can go ahead and select that and bring it over to the side a bit. And then we'll move our photo over. And this one might need to be just a little bit bigger. Okay. Great.